Have you ever noticed? The men women treat like they're nothing are the ones they can't stop thinking about. It's not random. The guy who gets her cold shoulder, her emotional storms, her impossible test, she's not the one she's bored with. He's the one she's falling for. This isn't some fluffy dating tip or locker room talk. It's a raw, psychological truth, tearing relationships apart faster than cheating or lies ever could. Women, without even realizing it, push away the men they want most, with a precision that feels almost scripted. And if you're a man who's ever felt like you're dodging landmines just to keep her happy, this is for you. Understanding this pattern isn't just about surviving her chaos, it's about reclaiming your power and building a life where you call the shots. The setup: why her heart betrays you both. Picture this. She's got two guys in her orbit. The first, let's call him Jake, is the safe bet. He's decent, shows up on time, maybe even picks up the tab for dinner, but her heart doesn't race when he texts. She could take him or leave him, no sweat. Then there's you, let's say you're Ethan. You're the one who lights her up. You've got that edge, sharp wit, ambition, the kind of confidence that makes her think about a future together before you've even finished your first date. Now, here's the gut punch. When Jake doesn't text back right away, she shrugs it off. When you do the same, it's a crisis. Jake gets her patience when plans change. You get a lecture. Jake could flake on a date and she'd laugh it off. You're on trial for treason. This isn't because she's playing games or because she's crazy. It's because her brain shifts gears when she's emotionally invested. When she's not all in, your actions don't hit her core. A late reply from Jake doesn't sting because she's not betting her self-worth on him. But with you, every move you make gets magnified. A 2-hour delay on a text isn't just a delay, it's evidence you might not care as much as she does. A night out with your boys isn't just a night out, it's a threat to the future she's already building in her head. This is the investment paradox. The more she wants you, the more she complicates your life. The qualities that drew her to you, your independence, your drive, your ability to hold your own, become the very things she punishes. And the deeper her feelings, the tighter the screws. The emotional trigger. Why investment turns into control. Let's dive deeper into why this happens. When a woman's not emotionally hooked, she's free. Your choices don't rattle her because she's not tying her happiness to you. She doesn't care if you're out with friends or if you take a day to respond. She's got her own life. But the moment she's invested, everything changes. Suddenly, your response time is a measure of your commitment. Your decision to hit the gym instead of calling her feels like a rejection. Her emotions start hinging on your every move, and that's when the easygoing woman you met morphs into a detective, hunting for proof you're not all in. This shift isn't random. It's wired into her biology. Millions of years ago, a woman's survival often depended on locking down a high-value Manon who could provide resources and protection. Her brain evolved to test, push, and secure that commitment, especially when she sensed a man was worth keeping. Fast forward to today, and that ancient wiring still kicks in when she falls hard. The more she sees you as the one, the more her instincts scream to control the dynamic, to make sure you're not going anywhere. But here's the problem. In 2025, high-value men like you have options. You're not stuck in a village with one suitor and a spear. You've got a career, a social circle, and probably a few DMs you're ignoring. Her attempts to control you don't secure your commitment. They make you question hers. The testing game. How she sabotages what she wants most. Now, let's talk about the tests. When a woman's invested, her brain goes into overdrive, scanning for threats to the connection she's building. That's when the tests start. Not fair, thought-out tests of your character, but emotional landmines wired to her insecurities. She'll clock how fast you reply to her texts, analyze your tone for hidden meanings, or toss out a loaded question like, "Do you think my coworker's hot?" There's no winning that one. Say yes, and you're a player. Say no, and you're dodging the truth. Either way, you're on the hook for something you didn't do. These tests aren't about you, they're about her fear of losing you. She's not checking if you're a good man. She's trying to prove you're not slipping away. But every test is a punishment for being the guy she wants. The more she likes you, the harder she makes it to be with her. Remember those early days when you two were just vibing? You'd laugh over beers, trade stories, and she'd look at you like you hung the moon. Now, every hangout feels like an interrogation. Every text, a potential misstep. The game changed, and you're playing by rules you never agreed to. From your perspective, it's exhausting. You're not just dealing with her feelings, you're managing her anxieties, her need for constant reassurance, her unspoken expectations. You're the same guy she fell for, maybe a little busier with work or life, but now you're dodging traps. And let's be real, high-value men don't stick around for this. You didn't build your life, your career, your confidence, your options to be someone's emotional punching bag. You want a partner who lifts you up, not one who tears you down to feel secure. The drama trap, manufacturing chaos to feel alive. But it doesn't stop at tests. When a woman's emotionally invested, her feelings amplify everything. What was once a stable connection becomes a roller coaster of highs and lows. She picks a fight over something small, your tone in a text, the fact you didn't notice her new haircut. She pulls back her affection to see if you'll chase. She mentions some guy at work hitting on her to spark your jealousy. To her, this feels like passion, like proof the connection is real. To you, it's chaos. What she sees as intensity, you experience as a draining, no-win battle. This drama isn't random either. It's her brain craving emotional intensity to validate the stakes. When things are going too smoothly, her insecurities whisper that you might not care enough. So she stirs the pot, creates a fight, withdraws, or flirts with someone else to test your reaction. She wants to see you fight for her, to prove you're all in. But what she doesn't realize is that this roller coaster wears you down. You're not here for manufactured crises. You want a relationship, not a reality show. And while she's chasing that emotional high, you're just trying to have a normal Tuesday without another argument. The impossible standard, judging you against a fantasy. Then there's the standards game. The more she likes you, the more she holds you to an impossible ideal. She's not just dating you, she's dating the version of you she's built in her head. The guy who's always romantic, always attentive, always one step ahead of her needs. So when you're human, when you're swamped at work, forget to plan a date or don't text goodnight at exactly 10 p.m. She's not just disappointed, she's livid. She's not mad at you for being you. She's mad at you for not being the rom-com lead she imagined. This comparison trap is a relationship killer. She's measuring you against her ex's best moments, her friends' curated Instagram posts, or some Netflix fantasy of true love. Worse, she's judging you against the man she thinks you could be. You could be more romantic, more expressive, more everything. So when you're just you doing your best, balancing life, she sees it as a failure. From your side, it feels like nothing you do is enough. You're busting your ass, showing up, but you're still falling short of a script you never got to read. The emotional toll. Why this cuts deep. Let's hit pause and get real. As a man, this pattern doesn't just annoy you, it hurts. You're out here grinding, building a life, trying to be the kind of man women respect. When you meet a woman who sees you, who gets you, it's like striking gold. You open up, let her in, start picturing something real. Then the tests start. The drama ramps up. Suddenly, you're not enough. You're not texting fast enough, not planning enough, not proving your love enough. It's not just tiring, it makes you question yourself. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're too focused on your career, too independent, too you. But here's the truth. Her punishment isn't about you failing, it's about her fear of losing you. She's not testing your worth, she's testing her own. The irony is brutal. The more she punishes you for being the man she wants, the more you pull back. Not because you don't care, but because you're not built to live in a cage. You want a woman who elevates your life, not one who drags you through her insecurities to feel secure. The double standard, when her rules only apply to you. Here's another layer. She holds you to a different standard than anyone else. If Jake texts other women, she doesn't blink. If you do, it's a betrayal. If Jake bails on plans, she shrugs. If you do, it's proof you're not serious. The same behavior that's fine from a guy she's meh about becomes unforgivable from you. This double standard isn't just unfair, it's a window into her psyche. Her feelings dictate what's right or wrong, not logic or fairness. This inconsistency tells you something critical. She doesn't trust her own judgment. If she did, she wouldn't need to test you constantly. She's so afraid of losing you that she tries to control you through emotional punishment. But control doesn't build commitment, it erodes it. You start feeling like you're playing a rigged game, judged by rules that shift with her mood. And high-value men don't play games they can't win. You either accept you'll never measure up, or start looking for someone who judges you by the same rules she applies to everyone else. The reinforcement trap. How she trains you to lose yourself. Here's the sneakiest part. She uses intermittent reinforcement to keep you hooked. When you do what she wants, text back fast. Prioritize her. Jump through her hoops, she's all warmth and affection. When you don't, she's ice cold, distant, or straight up hostile. This creates an addiction-like dynamic where you're chasing her approval, walking on eggshells to avoid her wrath. But the behaviors she rewards or punishes often have nothing to do with your character or your connection. They're tied to her emotional state. This pattern trains you to prioritize her happiness over your own. You start suppressing parts of yourself, your humor, your independence to keep the peace. The confident, untouchable guy she fell for becomes an anxious approval seeker. And that's the trap. The qualities that made you attractive are the ones she's training out of you. Over time, this builds resentment. Even if you play along, you hate the man you're becoming. Eventually, you either snap and become passive-aggressive yourself, or you reclaim your spine and walk away. The resolution: taking back your power. So how do you break this cycle without losing yourself or the relationship? It starts with seeing the game for what it is. Her tests, her drama, her impossible standards, they're not about your worth. They're about her fear. But knowing that doesn't mean you have to play her game. Here's how you take control and build something real. Mastering the nothing bothers me mindseto. Stay unshaken. Start by setting your frame early. Be clear about who you are. A man with a life, goals, and boundaries. When she tests you with a loaded question like, "Is my friend hot?" Don't bite. Stay calm and redirect. "I'm here with you, that's what matters." You're not dodging, you're leading. Show her you're not rattled by her insecurities, and you'll earn her respect. Refusing to reward drama when she picks a fight or pulls away, don't chase. Let her sit with the silence. High-value men don't beg for affection. They offer it to someone who reciprocates. If she's creating chaos to test your commitment, show her commitment means mutual respect, not tolerating nonsense. Hold your ground, and she'll either adjust or prove she's not worth your time. Calling out the double standard: if she's fine with Jake texting other women but flips when you do, point it out. Not with anger, but with clarity. "I notice you're cool with other guys doing this, but not me. What's that about?" Make her face her inconsistency without escalating. It's not about winning an argument, it's about setting a standard of fairness. Keeping your edge: the man she fell for wasn't a pushover. He had a life, passions, a crew. Don't let her emotional storms erode that. Stay grounded in your purpose, your work, your gym, your goals. A woman respects a man who doesn't orbit her every whim. Keep your edge, and you'll keep her attraction. Rewarding the good when she's supportive, fun, or just easy to be around, let her know. Reinforce the behavior you want, not the chaos you don't. This isn't manipulation, it's building a dynamic where you both win. Show her that appreciation, not drama, is what keeps you invested. Trusting your own judgment: you picked her for a reason. Trust that. Don't let her tests make you doubt your worth. Focus on her good qualities. The ones that drew you in, rather than chasing proof she's the one. If she's not meeting you halfway, she's not. Staying consistent before you react to her behavior, ask yourself, would I care if someone I wasn't into did this? If the answer's no, your reaction's about her investment, not her actions. Base your boundaries on respect and agreements, not her emotional temperature. Owning your happiness, don't make her the center of your world. Keep your own sources of joy or work, your hobbies, your boys. The more you rely on her for validation, the more power you give her to destabilize you. Stay whole and she'll value you more. Focusing on appreciation instead of judging her against an ideal. Notice what she's doing right. Replace criticism with gratitude, demands with requests. Attraction grows through positive emotions, not negative ones. Make her feel good about you, and she'll want to do the same. Choosing security through strength, you can't control her fears, but you can control your response. Build security through trust and respect, not by jumping through hoops. Men bond through appreciation, not struggle. Show her you're a partner, not a project, and she'll either rise to your level or step aside. Here's the final word. Women don't sabotage the men they love because they're cruel, they do it because they're human. Their biology pushes them to test, to control, to secure what's valuable. But you don't have to be collateral damage. You can't change her wiring, but you can change how you play the game. Stay the man you are, strong, centered, unshaken, and you'll attract a woman who enhances your life, not complicates it. This isn't about fixing her. It's about owning your worth. The men who thrive don't pass every test, they refuse to play a rigged game. Step up, hold your frame, and choose a woman who chooses you for who you are, not who she's afraid you're not. Your life's too big for anything less. Choose wisely. Your happiness depends on it. If this hit home, smash that like button, share this with your crew, and subscribe for more raw truths to level up your life. Don't just watch, take action, and own your story.